Hi, Brad. My name's Sandy Golder. Welcome to our silly season shred information session. I've been practicing that. I thought it was going to come out a bit like a tongue tie, but I got it out. So, this call is really all about helping people get results in the silly season. Now, statistics show that most Australians put on between 2 and 4 kilos over the silly season. Now, what if we could do the other way? What if you could come out of the silly season feeling and looking better than you did before the silly season, and really having control over your health and your goals? So that's what this call is really all about. So, give me a little bit of a wave if you might like to shift a few kilos before the silly season comes about. Awesome. And what about, having a bit more energy? Who would like to have a bit more energy coming into, silly season? And who'd like to sleep better? Yeah. So there's some really common factors that come up for people when we talk about health goals, and a few abs or some guns wouldn't hurt either. So we can totally cover all of those things. So look, tonight you're going to hear a little bit from me about how the system works. I've got 3 beautiful ladies on tonight to share their stories, all very different. So if you're here and your goal isn't weight loss, that is totally cool, because I've got Sky who's going to talk to you about that. If it is weight loss, Tegan's going to talk to you about that. And if it's healthy aging and energy, Carol's going to talk to you about that. So we've got it covered. So I'll share a little bit about my story with you guys first. And look, I started Isagenix over 5.5 years ago now. I was a high school PE teacher at the time. I was looking for more energy. I was on a real mission to get healthy. I'd had a bit of a serious health scare. And what I was doing just wasn't working. And remember, I've got a Bachelor of Health Science. So I knew how to get healthy, but it just wasn't happening for me. I was eating really well. I was training at the gym 6 days a week, and I wasn't getting results. So my cousin Brooke introduced me to Isagenix, and I'm going to tell you, I was the big skeptic. I was the one that was like, oh God, it's a shake diet. It's totally not for me. I'm not interested at all. So look, I decided to give it a go though, because there was a 30-day money back guarantee. So literally I was like, okay, there's no risk. If it doesn't work, I will send it back and I will get my money back. And that got me across the line. And I was really pleasantly surprised. After about, a week on the system, I felt like I'd been plugged in. I felt like, it was like my body was finally getting something that it had needed and hadn't been getting before. And I thought, okay, there's something to this. This isn't how I felt using other shakes. So I suppose that's where my journey started. And the weight loss became a real side benefit for me. So I started for weight loss, but it certainly wasn't why I continued. I continued for the awesome sleep, for people were telling me my eyes were sparkly 4 days after I started. I was in a better mood, which my husband really liked. that was a big bonus for him. And I could start to be that mum and that wife that I really wanted to be. I wasn't that tired, cranky person all the time. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going back to being that person. So 5.5 years later, I've maintained my goal size ever since. I still use the products every day because of the way they make me feel, and they're so easy. They just become part of my lifestyle. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about tonight, using this silly season as the start of a new lifestyle. And that's how you got to look at it, because lifestyle gives you long-term results, and we're not interested in quick fixes and band-aids. That's not going to help you. We're interested in teaching you healthy habits so you can get great results and keep them. Now, why don't we hear a story before I go into a little bit more about the program? Otherwise you'll be listening to me for too long. So Sky, I might get you to go first, because your story is not a weight loss story, and I'd actually really love you to tell people why you started and how you found the system.
Yeah, absolutely. So my journey started about 4.5 years ago. I was just not in a very good place. So I was just exhausted. I felt really stressed and overwhelmed, cranky mum, wasn't coping with everything. And I had a friend of mine pop up on Facebook, and she was doing these health products, and that straight away sort of triggered my interest. So I jumped on the program, and it did take a little bit longer than other people for me to get results. Like you said, I didn't do it for weight loss. It was more the energy, just because I was dragging myself around. But I was so glad that I stuck with it, because I just remember waking up one day feeling that amazing energy that everyone was talking about, because I was literally jumping out of bed, and that's how I started running. Mm-hmm. So even to this day, I'm so glad that I stuck with it, because I'm now sort of, I'm not as cranky with the kids, less stressed. I can cope with more, and I've just got more energy. So the energy for me is the number one factor why I keep continuing to do the program, and I will. It's the mojo thing. Got your mojo back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so you're a naturopath now, and I'd love to get a bit of a naturopath spin on the products. Why don't you fill people in a bit about that?
Yeah. Okay. So I guess when I started putting these things into my body, I knew what it felt like. But when I started studying herbal medicine and understanding the formulas of the products, especially the ionics, I then had a massive appreciation and just more belief in the products, because I knew they worked, but then when I was studying, I knew why they worked, I suppose. And even the Cleanse for Life, like, the formulas are very impressive, and I can see in there, there's nothing artificial, there's nothing extra in there. Their ingredients are really impressive.
Awesome.
So,
and I know we've got a lot of health professionals that actually have looked at our stuff being skeptical and then come across because of the ingredients. So it's sort of like, I've heard it described as, and correct me if I'm wrong, like a combination of having, a dietitian, a naturopath, and a Chinese herbalist all in the one box.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah, cool. And aromatherapist now, because we've got some.
Oh, yeah. Good one.
So we've got essential oils now too. So thanks so much, Skye.
No worries.
So let's look at the three main ways that our system works, because this sets us apart. And sometimes people look at Isagenix and think, oh, it's a shake diet, right? And that was me, so I totally get it. So if that's you, all good. However, I quickly learned that there was a lot more to that, and it's because it covers three different areas of health. And I want to make this really clear, because it's not just the same as going to the chemist and buying a shake off the shelf. And there's a few reasons for that. So look, the first thing that it addresses in our body is filling the gaps in the diet. So our program is a combination of healthy eating and using a range of supplements to help fill nutritional gaps. So even if you're eating really well and eating all the right stuff, our food just doesn't have the same nutritional value that it did, even 50 years ago. So we're over farming our soils. We're farming to sell rather than farming to nourish our bodies. And unfortunately, that's degrading the quality of the nutrients in the soil. So being able to combine healthy eating with filling gaps with like high quality supplements is awesome. And that's where people get this energy from, because their body is finally getting the trace minerals and the vitamins and the different antioxidants that we need. So that's the first part. So number one is filling gaps in the diet. Okay, number two is our program's known as a nutritional cleansing system. So you might have heard this being described, or if your friends sent you this recording or invited you into the call, you've seen them doing a cleanse day and you're wondering what this weird thing is. So basically a cleanse day is a lower calorie day. Our cleanse days are a form of intermittent fasting. Now, there's lots of research out now about intermittent fasting, how it's great for brain chemistry, also very good for fat burning, so it puts the body into ketosis. And what our cleanse days do is they actually supercharge your natural detoxification system. So our cleanse is not one of those cleanses where you've got to tie yourself to the toilet with a family pack of toilet paper. Not one of those, okay? So you don't need to freak out. There's no weird tubes or anything involved. It's gentle, but it's really comprehensive. So it supercharges what your body does naturally. There's no laxatives, no diuretics, nothing nasty in our products, okay? So there's lots of antioxidants and minerals and botanicals. Now, why it's combined with intermittent fasting is it allows your digestive system to rest and really focus on getting rid of those nasties. Now, a little bit about the cleanse too, because has anyone done like a skinny tea detox or a liver cleanse or a juice fast or anything like that? Okay, a couple of people, Skye, of course, because she's tried everything. So basically, if you're looking at like a juice cleanse or a water cleanse or a skinny tea detox, they will get rid of water-soluble toxins, okay? So they're the ones that you flush out. So it's literally like a rinsing action. The more you drink, the faster the toxins come out through your urinary system. So, any of those things will do that. However, our cleanse gets rid of another 2 types of toxins, okay? So, and these are the really nasty ones. So there's ones that are called fat-soluble toxins and ones that are called heavy metals. And a lot of these heavy metals have been banned, but we're still finding them showing up in newborn babies today. They're getting genetically passed, these toxins. So what our cleanse has been shown to do is it actually opens up the fat cell that these toxins hide in and releases it into the bloodstream, so then it can be flushed out just like a water-soluble toxin, which there's special enzymes in our stuff. Look, I'm not a scientist. If you want the science, I can send it to you. But, we have scientific studies to prove that this is what's happening, which means we can get rid of those nasties that are being stored in our body. And this is why people feel like they come out of a brain fog. They start sleeping better. They can perform better athletically because their body is clean. So think of your body like a sports car, right? You cleanse out the junk and you put in the premium fuel. Of course, it's going to run better, right, than putting in crappy E10 and letting your filters get dirty. So you got to start thinking of yourself as a sports car. I don't care what type. I like to think of myself as a red Corvette because my pop had one, but you choose whatever, sports car vibes with you. And then the last thing, so remember we've got filling the gaps in the diet, then we've got supercharging your natural detoxification system. And the last thing, and my most favorite part, sorry, someone's just off mute. My most favorite part is it helps our body cope with stress. Now, I'm a mum of 2. One of my kids has special needs, so helping my body cope with stress is an absolute must in this household. So we have a product that's called Ionic Supreme. It's like an old-fashioned tonic, and when naturopaths and Chinese herbalists look at this product, they're actually blown away because they try and make this in clinic, and it doesn't usually taste nice, sorry Sky, when naturopaths make it, because it's all herbs. And ISA have actually got it so it tastes okay. I used to put my herbs from the naturopath in my Ionic so I could get them down. So basically, Ionic Supreme is like an old-fashioned tonic. So it's got different plant-based adaptogens. So adaptogens are a type of herb that help your body adapt and perform at their peak. So if you take it first thing in the morning, it'll help perk you up for the day. If you have it last thing at night before you sleep, it helps you have a really restful sleep, and it helps manage cortisol levels. So cortisol is your stress hormone. Now, if you are highly stressed, you will not let go of stubborn fat, okay? Your body holds on to that as an emergency mechanism. So it doesn't matter what you eat, how much you train, you will not get rid of that fat. So being able to help support your body in managing stress is so incredibly important when you're looking to get rid of sticky fat. Cool. All right. So, Carol, did you want to share your story next for us?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Sandy.
Thank you.
So I initially joined in 2014 for weight loss, and I was happy that I lost 11.5 kilos at that time. But what was more amazing was the energy that I had. So I didn't realise how poorly I was sleeping until I started the program. I didn't realise how tired I was, how cranky, until I had the products, and yeah, had great benefit. So fast forward, I dropped out of the system. I rejoined just before going on a 12-week US and Canada trip.
Adventure.
It was pretty hectic. So I've just got a few stats here that I've quickly worked on. We travelled 66,500 kilometres. So that's with our flights over there and back.
Yep.
And we did East Coast, West Coast, Canada twice, up, down, in the middle. We had 15 flights. We hired 8 rental cars. We had some bus and train trips. We went to 8 national parks and we walked in those parks. We had a 7-day cruise, which I don't think I had any isogenics in that whole week. Mm-hmm. I attended Global Celebration, and the whole reason for going on the trip was to actually go to my daughter's wedding. So I'm 55, nearly 56. I don't think I would have been able to manage the stress and the hectic pace of the trip without the products. And amazingly, I came home after 12 weeks, 3.5 kilos lighter than when I actually went. So I was really ecstatic with that, because we did have some poor food choices throughout the trip, because just traveling around so many different towns, healthy eating wasn't always an option, you know, eating on a run a lot. So I was really happy. I don't think I would have coped at my age without the products.
It's so awesome. And you know what? The States in general, it's just hard to eat there, like eat healthy foods. I found when I've been over to the US and Canada, they put squeezy cheese on everything. I'm not sure why they do that.
Yeah, we didn't have any squeezy cheese, but we had a lot of other stuff.
Yeah. And the cruise was like all you could eat, right?
It was, and I did. And I said to my hubby, pretty well every meal, I'm only coming back with 2 desserts. And I would come back with 3 and 4. And I ate them.
Yeah.
Paying for them.
Yeah. You know what, though, and I think this is a really great thing to bring up. Thank you for sharing all that. That was awesome. Is that what our system does is actually stimulate your metabolism. So it's not a diet where you're restricting often will mean that you lose muscle mass in your body, which slows your metabolism down, which we don't want to do because that means you burn fat more slowly. So what we do is we eat every couple of hours. It's not about being hungry. You drink lots of water. You feed your body the best protein to maintain and even build some lean muscle mass, which increases your metabolism. Right? And that's what we want to do. And when you increase your metabolism, you can eat more. So food is fuel. And there's this whole misconception out there with dieting that the less you eat, the more fat you're going to lose, which is absolute rubbish. And this is why people have a yo-yo. And we do not want to see yo-yos because that really damages the metabolism. So what our program does is it really helps to stimulate metabolism. And we've got different supplements and stuff that can help that along and also help with digestion. So our program is a system of products, and there's different systems based on your goals and budget. So it's really up to you which one you choose. I will give you a quick rundown of the main 3 that people will start on, and it gives you a bit of a variety in terms of budget, and then you can sort of decide which one suits you best. And look, I've coached people now for over 5.5 years, so I will give you my honest opinion on which ones work better, and then you can make a decision for you. And remember, your first order, you get that 30-day money-back guarantee. So look, you've got your basic 30-day system, which is basically it's a budget system. So if budget's an issue, you might start here. Okay, so this gives you your shakes, enough for 2 a day for the full 30 days. It gives you a cleansing supplement. It gives you that stress tonic that I talked about. It gives you a supplement for digestion and metabolism, and you get some little chocolate wafer things for cleanse day. However, you do not get any snack options with this. So you need to be super organized. You need to be able to organize all your own stuff, okay, in terms of snacking with this pack. So this one works out around $13 a day. Okay, so if budget's an issue, that's where you're going to start. It's going to cover 2 meals a day for you. And then you will do 2 snacks and your meal, your extra meal. The next pack up is probably, I would say, where most people start. It's called Weight Loss Premium Pack. Now, even if weight loss isn't your goal, this is a great place to start because you get everything that's in that basic 30-day system. Plus, you're getting our all-natural energy shots, which you can use as a pre-workout or instead of, coffee, if you need a pick-me-up. You get a box of bars. So a full bar can replace a shake. Half a bar can be a snack. They taste really naughty, but they're healthy. You get healthy chocolates. You get protein chips. It's just a really comprehensive pack that supports people a little bit more fully in terms of nutrition and snacking. So it takes a lot of the heavy lifting out for you, right? So that pack works out around $19 a day, okay? And all you would need to provide is that 1 extra meal. If you didn't want to do your snacks, there's enough in that box to last you, okay, for the full month. And then there's the ultimate pack. So the ultimate pack is for the person who wants to absolutely smash it out of the park. It's for the person who wants energy quickly and doesn't want to have to think about snack options. So you get all the stuff that's in that weight loss premium pack, plus you get our full vitamin, mineral, and antioxidant range, which I don't go a day without. And they're in little daily like blister packs, but there's 4 different supplements in it. So you're not having all these bottles, like you've just got these little packs. So I literally just have them in my handbag because I'm the person who forgets to take their vitamins in the morning. Sky can attest to that. She's my naturopath. So I keep them in my handbag and then I can take them when I remember. They're super, super easy. And you get our healthy sports drink, which is called Amped Hydrate. So that pack works out around $25 a day. So you've really got 3 different options. I mean, they will all give you results. However, the premium pack or the ultimate pack we find gives us better results. So they're the two that I would recommend that you look at in the beginning. So what we might do before I open up for questions is, Tegan, can you share your story, hon?
Yeah, I can. So I started Isogenics 12 months ago. Tomorrow, tomorrow is my...
happy Isoversary.
Thank you. And pretty much I started it for strictly weight loss. I was at a point where I weighed the exact same amount that I was full term pregnant with my son. So that was a no-goer for me. So yeah, I started, and when I first started, my sister was involved in a pretty horrific accident. So she was helicoptered down to Sydney in the RPA the day after I started ISA. So that for me was a game changer, because I didn't want to not do it. I started on the Ultimate Pack, so I didn't want to, spend all that money and then not do it. So I still done it. Anyway, my first 30 days, I lost 9 kilos.
Wow.
Even with all the stuff, it was so hard going to Sydney and trying to find good food that, down there with all different types of foods that I'm not used to anyway. But yeah, the change for me was crazy. I lost 9 kilos, and the energy I then gained for my little boy, it changed my life completely. And then I jumped in with my friendhoods and decided to do the business, and that's even more so changed my life, because it helps me a lot when I get my pay every Monday, and I love helping other people to achieve those goals that I got to. So that's pretty much me.
Cool. Thank you so much. Well, I didn't know that about your sister.
Yeah.
So cool. Wow.
Yeah.
And 9 kilos in your first 30 days.
Yep.
Everyone gets different results. So I think it's really important to highlight that. My first 30 days was, 5 kilos. And, some people lose more and some people lose less. It just depends on how your body responds. But everyone gets results.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important to highlight. So that's actually really great that you mentioned about the income side. I'll really quickly touch on that for people now. Look, you do not have to share Isogenics. It can just be online shopping for you. That's totally cool. In fact, 85% of people just use it as online shopping. Now, 20% of people, though, do choose to share their experiences with other people. And this is what's called a network marketing company, which basically means it's a word of mouth business. So Isogenics don't pay celebrities to endorse their products. They don't spend money on TV ads or in newspapers advertising. They prefer to reward their customers for sharing their story and helping people get started. And the beauty of this is that you get a support person. You get someone to cheer you on, to help guide you through your products and make sure you get the best experience. Now, I have never been to a chemist or to a supplement store where the person will ring me up and check how I'm going with my products or give me a 30-day money-back guarantee. So I think that really sets us apart. And look, there's been studies to show that peer-supported weight loss, so having that support structure and that community, is just as effective as paying a professional to lose weight. So your PT or, dietitian or something like that. So, and the beauty of this is it just comes with your box. You're not paying any extra for that support. It's just part of it. So in terms of, the income side, it's really easy to get your products paid for. And I like to tell everybody about this, whether you're interested or not, because what happens is you're going to get amazing results. You're going to feel awesome. People are going to come up to you and say, what are you doing? My favorite comment was, why are you so happy all the time? Why are you, getting new jeans, skinny jeans? Well, I want to feel like that too. Okay. Now, if you tell them what you're doing and they want to get started, you will get a rebate. So let's say they start on that middle of the range pack, which is a premium pack. What happens is you get rewarded with $80 for referring them. Okay. Now, if you refer 2 friends in the same week as one another, Isogenics will double your bonus. So instead of getting $80 per pack, you'll get $160 per pack. Okay. So that's $320 for sharing with 2 people. Okay, now when you do that, you also reach our first leadership level and get a $50 bonus. So that's $370 back in your pocket. And I just think it's so important to be able to share that with you guys, because for people like Tegan and for Sky and for Carol, like that could mean free products for a month for them. It could mean, it could mean a car payment. It could mean a mortgage payment. It could mean saving for an extra family holiday each year. So it doesn't need to be a huge business. It can just be sharing with a few people that ask, okay? So a lot of people do that. And then other people like me take it further. And I saw this really as a vehicle where I could help heaps of people. I could be at home with my kids and help my daughter, who I mentioned before has special needs. And we've now created a lifestyle where we're a full-time family with part-time work. And that's been such an amazing gift for us. And now it lets me explore my passion of helping other special needs mums, which is it's just such an amazing gift. So you get to choose though. If you just want to be a customer, totally fine. So you can either do either or any of those things. So if you have any questions, just refer to the person who invited you onto the call. I'm just mindful of time, and they can answer it for you. So I really just want to thank you for jumping on tonight. If you're watching the recording, thank you for taking the time to invest in you. I hope you can use your silly season to get you closer to those goals, not further away, and just reach out and ask any questions that you have. All right.